Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have a super fun video that I came up with and really wanted to do for you guys. It is comparing Netflix's Too Hot to Handle with CBS's Love Island USA. So, I don't know why I said that so delayed. But yeah, it's such a bummer that Love Island couldn't have gone onto Netflix or Hulu and get that kind of exposure, because it really is a cute show and I just have so many great memories looking back on it, and I just hope that maybe some people that watched Too Hot to Handle and liked it can start trying to watch that show. I think it's available on their website. Let's start with some of the similarities that I wrote down on my iPad, trying to take notes as I watched the show. The first similarity that I noticed was the whole aspect of having a villa and having islanders or cast members coming into the show, and the way that they introduced them all was kind of throwing them in one by one in the villa, which is how we did our girls, but they threw in their boys and girls at the same time. The bedroom setup was exactly the same, the beds in the rows, exactly how Love Island has it, the villa style, and the whole idea of the beach hut and the testimonials is also the same. I do have to say their villa was way more pimped out than Love Island's villa. I was very jealous of the pool and the beach that they had that they could go to, sand. We had it right next to us, but we were not allowed on the beach. I would say the only other similarity is I thought Francesca's journey was similar, but definitely higher scale of what Caro's journey was on the show, how she was really there just trying to find a connection with someone and good about putting herself out there. And I think Francesca was so fun to watch, and why she's the only memorable person from Too Hot to Handle for anyone, her and Harry, is because she put herself out there and was very open to meeting people and getting to know people and making those connections. And she's basically one of the only people I feel I can remember from the show, and I watched all of the episodes all the way through and even took notes. And Harry was okay-ish. I didn't find him totally relatable, and I think that's where I really struggled with this show versus Love Island, is I think Love Island has so many people, or you want to say characters, personalities on the show that people can relate to, one person if not many more, or almost all of them. And with Too Hot to Handle, I felt it really hard to kind of connect or to relate to a lot of the characters or the people that they had on their season. Oh, the only other similarity I have that's really funny, I know I threw differences in, but if you've seen Love Island UK, Haley from it, I think it's she's from season 4 maybe, she is exactly like the Haley from Too Hot to Handle. Kind of not smart, kind of rude, bad-mouthing, just negative, and I was those two are so similar, and they both get booted right away too. So that was another similarity that I caught. The whole show, it even had the same amount of prize money, $100,000 for the winner, even though the ending is not the same for both shows, the prize was the same. They even had the same microphones as us, the little cord with the little poofball microphone and the belts. That's just crazy to me, because that's such a staple piece to Love Island, and we even know, us Islanders, that they had told us, the technology's updated enough to use hidden mics is very easy, and that they wanted to use the ones you could blatantly see because it was a signature of Love Island. So it was kind of a bummer that Too Hot to Handle used that as well. More differences. I know I already said a couple, but here's some of the major ones. I think that most people that went on Too Hot to Handle kind of were interested in sex, and people that went on Love Island were obviously interested in love or meeting people or adventure, and were more open about that. And everyone's testimonials were very different, our opening, introing ourselves scenes, our audition tapes or whatever. It's all of us talked about our families and our hobbies and our interests, and everyone on there was oh, I'm a sex addict, or I go home with someone every night. It just gave a very different vibe of the kind of person that would be on that show versus the vibe of the kind of people that were on Love Island. They also have this thing on Too Hot to Handle called Lana, which is an alternate difference of the I got a text that Love Island has its signature to notify any Islanders when something would be happening, is we have the I got a text. Too Hot to Handle also does not have a host, and we had a super hot host, Ariel Vandenberg, if you know who she is. super cute. And then the narrators were very different. I didn't think theirs was funny. I thought their jokes were super corny. And Matthew Hoffman, our narrator, put in so much work, and the jokes were actually hilarious. Like, watching them back, I was like, wow, he is funny. And like the Too Hot to Handle ones were just so forced. It was like, I don't think I laughed at a single joke that their narrator made, to be honest. Also, what the F is this Jesus character that they casted? Who met this person? I think he's probably a really cool guy and he's nice, but was he right for that show? Absolutely not. It's like they set him up for failure, which I just think was mean. I think if I was a casting director and I could tell someone wouldn't mesh with the type of group I'm casting, it would just be mean to throw them in with a group of people that they wouldn't necessarily connect with. And he definitely showed signs of like social anxiety, and I don't know if that was the best setting for him as a person, so I felt almost kind of bad that they kind of set him up for that. Also, there was a girl that I didn't notice till the last episode who I would see in every other episode and had no idea what her name was. Her name was Nicole. Like, who is even Nicole? If you watch Too Hot to Handle, I bet you don't even know who Nicole is, because it's just like, they do such a bad job of showing the whole cast. They literally only show Francesca and Harry because they're the only people that are, like, treating the experience as it should be treated, because I think it's the whole major difference, which is they're not allowed to touch each other or kiss or have any kind of physical connections with people, and I feel like that's why it's such a weird and interesting aspect. Like, don't get me wrong, I liked the show, but I definitely think Love Island does a much better job telling stories of people making connections. I did like Too Hot to Handle's villa way better. I think I already said that, but the interior design and even like their hideaway or getaway suite, the fantasy suite, was much nicer than ours. Like, I just liked the design way better, and the villa looked a lot more open, but it was also, I didn't like whoever the videographer, the way they were cutting the scenes of the villa. I couldn't picture the layout, and I feel like Love Island, the way they film it kind of gives you an idea of how the layout is. Also, they copied the straight up makeup. Like, the girls' room, the get ready room, was like exactly the same, with all the closets mirroring, like the center with all the little mirrors and makeup stands, like the vanities. Like, that was exactly the same. Also, some of the major differences between the two is Too Hot to Handle, they were allowed to wear thongs, lucky you, and they also swore a lot, like all the time, and they showed butts, like actual men's butts, a couple times, which I didn't know Netflix could even do that. I feel like that's nudity, but I guess they could. Okay, another thing is Too Hot to Handle had 14 total members coming and going. They only had 2 groups of eliminations, so Haley left, Jesus left, and then 2 other random people that came in the end for no reason at all. I don't even understand why they came. They left. So they had 4 people leave and 14 people total come through. We had a total of 26 people, and I can't even tell you how many people came and left, but we ended with only 4 couples in the finals. So it's like, we just had so many more personalities and characters to see, and we also had way more episodes. I think we had like 24 episodes maybe. I could be wrong. It could be way more than that, but I'm guessing that. I'm going to fact check myself on that. 22. Okay, I just Googled it. We had 22 episodes total, which I feel like gives you a lot more time to kind of get to know people, which makes like the jokes funnier and the connections feel more like you're a part of the story. And I think that's why I wish more people could be able to watch Love Island, because I think that's what made it so special, is that growth over time that you're able to see. And Too Hot to Handle is done in 7 episodes. Like, that's, how can you be able to see someone's connection and bond really form over 7 episodes? Like, I liked watching Francesca and Harry once they were able to put their issues aside and start figuring things out moving forward. Like, I wish there was more other couples of that really got showcased like they should have, and then, you know, just more of it, and I think I would have been a little more drawn to the series as well. Well, that is my super quick synopsis of some similarities and some differences of Love Island USA versus Too Hot to Handle on Netflix. Crossing my fingers, Love Island USA someday makes it to Hulu. It was supposed to, and then got dropped from CBS's network. Didn't want to allow it to go there because they wanted it for their All Access app. And I'm really sad too because I wanted CBS, since season 2 is being postponed, I wanted those dates to be filled with reruns of season 1 for anyone that didn't get a chance to see it, and instead they are playing old movies, which I am so bummed about because all of those movies you can rent for $1 on Amazon, like Indiana Jones and Titanic. So there's that. I was like, excuse me, could we please replay Love Island season 1 instead? Yeah, they were both fun shows. I mean, I like watching reality TV. I think it's fun getting to see people. I just prefer Love Island, even though I'm biased. But I mean, I guess that's up for you guys to decide, and let me know what you think in the comments if you notice any more similarities or differences between the two also. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to make some more YouTube videos for you guys. Stay healthy and stay safe. Thanks, bye.